Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm going to do this video. I'm still not well. I'm getting better, but this cough is just so persistent. I thought I'd wait till later to do this, but I have to get some of this stuff out of my office. You can see behind me my office. Some of you have seen oops, you can see that, bookcase there. My office isn't very big. It's just the smallest bedroom in the house. And nobody was using it, so it became my office. So my office is a disaster. Just before my dad died, I went through and organized this thing completely. And you'll see me fading in and out like that. It's because I've lapsed into another coughing fit. But you see the empty hooks on the guitar racks. Some of you know I did a video about passing the bulk of my guitars down to my grandson Aiden, who is now starting to play in bands. Very good guitar player. I'm going to keep one of my electrics and one of my acoustics right now. I still have two electrics and two acoustics here because he doesn't have room for the other two. But anyway, I had the office all arranged and ordered and cleaned, and then my dad died, and it hasn't been orderly since. I have dragged so many things over here to try to go that I had to go through of his. It's been a nightmare. It really has. And just as I started getting some of his stuff out of here, then these people gave all this stuff to me, and I'm not going to keep the bulk of it. And I'll explain that in a minute. So, well, let's go ahead and start with the HO train stuff that he gave me. You can see all these cars over here are ones, some of them were missing trucks and axles and stuff, but it all came in that tub there, and there was a whole bunch of extra parts in there. So these are all cars that I was managed to get the trucks and axles back on. And I do not model railroad, so with the exception, and there are some more locomotives down there. I don't know if any of these things run. Those ones there are bigger. Those are Lionel there. And but anyway, with the exception of the chassis system stuff, which I'm going to give to a subscriber named Chelsea. Check her channel out, Chessie Cat. The rest of this stuff is going to go to my buddy Vaughn up in Tehachapi. And here are some pieces here. These are cars that don't have anything to them, but I'm going to give them to him anyway. This war bonnet here, there's that, and then there's another Operation Lifesaver. But there are motors down there that you can see, the bottoms of them. I think that fit two of these locomotives. There's a Union Pacific one here. Got that one together. But I'm going to give all this stuff to Vaughn. He's really into model railroading. There are structures there. There's a water tower, a bridge, just a regular truss-type bridge. Things have been so stressful lately, I almost said a stress bridge. And there's a signal bridge down there. There in the floor is a bunch of wire, some of it brand new, some of it used. And here, I'm sorry, that's a Southern Pacific shirt that I am going to ship to my friend and subscriber and donor, Steve Fox. This is all track. There's switches, other stuff that track stuff in there, and I'm going to give all that stuff to Vaughn. These are all brand new, still in the box. Amtrak cars. There are quite a few different styles of them. There's some Amtrak box cars. There's an Amtrak caboose over there. A lot of cool stuff. And then this box is full of pieces. This box is full of glue and screws and whatnot. And then there's another box around here somewhere that's also full of stuff. So there it is down there in between. So Yeah, let's look at some of the other stuff that he gave us. Something else that I was given here is this poster. Turntable Roundhouse. It's not a particular place, but it has all these pieces of equipment from different roads. Canadian Pacific, Toronto Hamilton, New York Central, THIB, Toronto Hamilton Buffalo. But yeah, it's a pretty cool poster. All right, well, I've got Chelsea stuff boxed up, ready to ship. And this is all the stuff I'm going to give to Vaughn Galloway, as I said before. And Vaughn, you'll have to correct me if I'm wrong about this, but I believe Vaughn is 13 or 14, maybe not even that old. But he's really into model railroading. This stuff will be a lifetime thing for him. Maybe he'll keep it all, maybe he won't. But he will always appreciate that he got this, and I will always appreciate that it went to somebody, and I'm sure that Tom will think that it's the same, that it went to someone who's actually going to use it instead of somebody like me who would stick it out with the rest of the stuff in my garage that I don't have room to display or the desire to use. All right, well, as you can see, I'm dressed differently. That's because while I was doing this last night, I entered a coughing fit that lasted for quite some time, wore me out, and I ended up just boxing some of this stuff up that you saw and eating dinner and then going to bed. That's just the way it's been for me for the last month. But anyway, as you can see, let me flip this around here. Got things cleaned up a little bit in the closet there. Those tubes, a few of them have maps of the Tehachapi, the full-size ones, which I believe, if I remember correctly, were 109 inches by 19 inches, and then the other ones are half that size. Still have a few of those. Still have two of the full-size ones, and I think I still have about 4 or 5 of the other type. My guitars, as I was talking about having passed those down to Aiden, I'm keeping the Taylor, the 6-string there on the left, and the blue Strat, the fat Strat. I'm going to keep those two. Aiden's going to take the Mutant Strat that I inherited from my friend Mark Sr., and he's going to take the Fender 12-string that I bought in 1988. He just doesn't have any room for them right now. But anyway, I have to find something to hang on those things over there so I don't want to look so empty. But anyway, another thing that was given to me were these books. Now, books I like, books I can use, books I keep. Some of these I haven't gone through them that well, but yeah, let's go ahead and do that now. I'll see what I'm going to keep and what I'm going to donate to the museum. All right. Well, let's see. We have the History of the Union Pacific. I already have that one. America's Railroads. That's one I'll donate. I don't really... The books that I have and that I keep are generally either railroad specific or type of railroad specific. You know, logging, things like that. And then the other ones, you know, I have a bunch of John Signor's books. History-specific railroad histories and not just general things. Ride the Big Red Cars by Spencer Kump, Pacific Electric book. I have these Pacific Electric. It's a 4-volume set. These little paperback things. They're pretty cool, but I've never seen this. I will hold on to this and go through it. Maybe I'll keep it. Maybe I'll donate it. We'll see. Highball, a Lucius Beebe book. Lucius Beebe wrote some really cool books. This is one that I had come across but have donated it to the museum. So they already have one. Classic Steam. This is another one that I had acquired through a donation a couple of years ago. I turned that one over, donated it to the depot. Steam passenger locomotives, again, not really my thing. Great Book of Trains. This is one I had for quite some time, and it went to the museum a couple of years ago as I was whittling my collection down to specific things. Pacific Electric Southern and Western Districts. Encyclopedia of Model Railroads. I think I'm going to give this one to Vaughn. So Pacific Electric Northern and Eastern Lines. I'll check that one out. Again, don't know if I'll actually keep them. I'm kind of running out of room in here. I'm waiting for our youngest daughter, who graduated from college this past May and has just started her career as a teacher. She's doing subbing right now. Waiting for her and her boyfriend to do whatever they're going to do and move out. And I will move my office into her room, which is one of the bigger rooms. Cinders and Smoke, the mile-by-mile guide to the Durango Silverton. America's Colorful Railroads, another, it's a Don Ball book. Don Ball's written a lot of stuff and is it's a pretty cool book. American Railroads, another one that I had donated to the museum. Iron Horses, American Locomotives, 1829 to 1900. Railroads, An American Journey. This is a cool book. I got the information. This is another Don Ball book. This is one that I actually read through and borrowed a lot of photographs from. Great Book of Trains, another one. I might give one of these to my nephew, my great nephew. My great nephew Connor's autistic, and boy, does that kid love trains. He's 14 now, and I'm not joking when I say this. I used to be Uncle Mark, but he is the biggest fan of my channel, and so when I go over there now, he just calls me Mark Clay McGowan. Western at 50 cent. Ticket worth 50 cents on the Western and Atlantic Railroad. I don't know where the Western and Atlantic Railroad was. If you do, let me know in the comments below. I'll hold on to that. I like little historic little paper things like that. That's cool. Okay, something else that I thought was real cool, and I haven't seen a lock like this. We have a really nice collection of locks that were donated to the museum by the widow, Betty Stokoe, who is Bill Stokoe's widow. Bill was my first boss at the railroad. But I don't think there's one like this in it. Maybe there is. I haven't looked that closely. Southern Pacific lock. I don't know what this would have went to, but the key is on the back. It's got the little deal. The key is here with it. Real cool. Jennifer likes stuff like this. I'll see if she wants it. Got this key here. Tom said he thought this was to lock passenger car doors with. Cool little brass key. If you know exactly what that's for and I'm all wet, let me know in the comments below. Something else I thought was cool. Monthly diaries from Union Pacific. You can see on the back there, or I guess that would have been the front. It has the names of the trains that are involved in this. I really haven't opened it really yet. City of San Francisco, Portland Rose, City of Las Vegas, the Challenger, and the other ones are wiped out. Look like somebody put tape on them or something. Little map of the UP system in 1960. Yeah, they're just little books like this. Book for each month, a page for each day. Some Union Pacific matchbooks. It's kind of torn at the end now, but who knows how old these are. And I should point out that Tom's grandfather worked for his dad had gone to work. And I can't remember if it was Tom's dad or his grandfather. Man, my memory is so bad. I need to start writing these things down when people tell me their stories or getting a recorder. Man, COVID just wiped out my short-term memory, my ability to recall things. In a year, it'll pop into my head and I'll remember it, and I'll probably never forget it, but right now it was hard to remember. But anyway, he went to work for PFE, Pacific Food Express, and I was reminded of that by this Progress newsletter from the Pacific Food Express, special issue, November 1948. And when PFE was dissolved, it was a company that was co-owned by Union Pacific and Southern Pacific. He went to Southern Pacific. And his name was Mr. E.H. Kramer. And he has all of these rail passes going back to, this is 61 to 65. Then these are, it looks like these are union dues. Yeah, union dues, little checkoff books for each year that when you paid your dues every month. They span Mr. Kramer's career. And that's pretty cool. And there's this. Lionel collectible train watch as seen on TV. Oh. I do collect timepieces, particularly wristwatches. Little Lionel wristwatch with a train that goes around. I don't know. I'll get into it. I have wristwatch repair kits. I repair wristwatches occasionally. So, yeah, I'll take this apart. And this is something I will keep, and it'll go in the box with the rest of my wristwatch collection. Here's a sticker. Southern Pacific Safety First patch. Might keep that. SP stuff. Something else that I thought was really cool. A book of Southern Pacific Line's division maps. It's not real fragile, but I don't want to mess with it too much. But yeah, Portland Division, Shasta, Sacramento, Salt Lake, San Joaquin, my old division. Let's see, this is from 1949, and in 1949, the San Joaquin Division went from just above a place called Berenda, which is up between Madera and Merced. At this time, it went all the way down into Los Angeles. It actually went to Los Angeles in 1949. It didn't go that far when I was there. In 1949, the Colton Cutoff did not exist, or the Palmdale Cutoff, whatever you want to call it. It didn't exist. When I went to work, it did exist. It was opened in 1967, and that became part of the the San Joaquin Division, and it went out to Highland at the top of Cajon Pass. And the San Joaquin Division also did go out of Palmdale down the Soledad Canyon to, I think Saugus was the division point, if I'm not mistaken. If you're an SP head and you remember that, let me know in the comments below. Coast Division, LA Division, Tucson, Rio Grande, San Antonio, Victoria, Gulf Coast, along the Gulf Coast, Dallas and Austin, Houston, Lafayette, Northwestern Pacific up in Northern California. Never did get to see that railroad actually operate in my SP days. I never traveled up there. I've only seen what's left of it now. San Diego and Arizona, Eastern Railroad, Tijuana and Tecate Railroad. Have a really cool book on that. See, these are the Mexican lines that SP acquired. The Pacific Electric, and that's it. That's pretty cool. I will probably get these scanned and see if the museum wants this. And I'm getting to the point, I'm actually one of the curators at the museum now, and I see how much stuff they have that I don't think will ever get displayed. And they only so much room and only so much time to create exhibits. But really cool stuff like that, I'm going to start being more careful about whether or not I actually donate that, because if it's just going to sit in a drawer for who knows how long. Same thing, I donated Bill Stokoe's Southern Pacific jewelry some years ago when I was still working, and I talked to somebody a while back, they didn't even know where it was. They just assume it's in storage somewhere. I hope so. But so yeah, that's really cool, and I can't wait to share that on some of the Southern Pacific groups. But anyway, that's about it. Hope you enjoyed this unboxing of sorts, going through the things that were given me. And you know, these are things that spanned a man's entire life, and that of, I believe, his father. And that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool for somebody to offer me all that. You know, they were moving and didn't want to have to try to find some place to put all this. I certainly understand that. So anyway, Tom, Bonnie, and Melissa, thanks for coming by. We went out to Roadhouse over here in Bakersfield, had a really nice lunch and bull session, and talked about our lives and whatnot. And it was very, very interesting, entertaining, and fun. I was happy to meet them, and I hope they enjoy their lives. They're moving to Washington State, and I hope they enjoy their new lives up there. Here are the URLs, or here, wherever I end up putting them, for my PayPal and my Patreon. Keep shooting me the ideas. Drop in the comments below. Shoot me an email at motopoet59@gmail.com. Like, share, subscribe, click on the bell if you want to be notified of future content. I'll see you all later.